Is Portugal not in Europe? I'm pretty sure it's in Europe. Hello, welcome back, YouTube. We are back with a new video. Today, I am reacting to European memes. So this video is going to be titled Canadian Reacts to European Memes. But plot twist, I actually grew up in Europe, even though I'm a Canadian. So will I get these memes? Let's find out. Wow, The Simpsons predicted Europe. I recently saw somebody asking people in America where Switzerland was. I thought it was funny. Can you spot the Switzerland?
Wow, The Simpsons predicted Europe. Europe, but without the cringe.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Oh god. When was colored TV invented? 1953. Europe in 1952. Europe.
Oh my god, yeah, because all the flags. I mean, I assume they didn't put flags on. Did they put, I'm not old enough to know this, but did they put flags on television when it was black and white?
It's so hot right now. Even the meteorologists are calling it hell. First time. Holy site, Japan. Holy site, Middle East. Holy site, Europe. He's in awe at God's presence in all things. In Europe, Bigfoot is called Big Meter. Europe, hey, hold on, yeehaw.
I don't think Bigfoot is called Bigfoot because of the foot measurement. I think Bigfoot is called Bigfoot because he got a big wiener.
Units. Europe now. You Americans and your guns. We Europeans are too civilized for that. At least we don't have shootings. Europe for literally the past 500 years.
Where do you think they learned it?
Oi mate. Hello. Tomato Europe versus potato Europe.
I am a fan of potatoes more than I am of tomatoes, so...
If Chile invaded Europe, first stage, the final stage, speed cameras anywhere else, speed cameras in Eastern Europe, plague is raging in Europe,
I mean, you gotta wait for the camera. You always gotta look good on the camera, right?
Colors. Apologize for oppressing people. Deny oppressing people. Write songs about oppressing people. Become poorer than the people you oppressed, so nobody cares.
Just become worse off than the people you oppressed and nobody cares because you're not doing well.
How French see France. How other countries see France.
I don't know. You know, Expedition 33 made the stereotype even stronger. Even stronger.
With a little white flag. Yes. French Excalibur vanishes from rock it had been stuck in for the past 1300 years, as police launch investigation. Alright, which one of you dorks is now king of France?
Who did it? Who did it? What happened?
They're not gonna come forward. The British Empire was so evil. Spain, you Spaniards can't talk. We were the
Don't look at us.
second largest country in Europe. Austria-Hungary till 1918. Austria now. Please don't confuse us with Australia.
How many people think Australia and Austria are the same place? If you're American, please comment below. Or are you Canadian either?
In Finland, reindeer antlers are painted for safety. Imagine.
Aw, they're so smart actually, because the poor reindeers. Also, they look so badass.
Seeing this and having no idea. Richest South European man.
Oh, you'd think it's like a unicorn or something.
Poorest Scandinavian man. Worst South European food. Best Scandinavian food. Europeans struggle.
I mean, a potato's a potato. I'm not going to turn down a potato.
Struggling against horseback archers for a millennia. Also Europeans, when they discover people across the ocean who'd had never seen a horse. You and Indians want to buy a horse?
Want to buy a horse? Have you seen a horse? It's pretty cool. It's a horse.
Having $30 in Western Europe. Having $30 in Eastern Europe.
Such facts. That is facts. That is facts. That is like, I'm trying to think of the equivalent. It's like being in a city in like North America versus being in the middle of nowhere. But to be honest, nowadays, even the middle of nowhere is so expensive. It's like being in America versus being in Mexico, maybe.
Countries that are the loudest and quietest in Europe. How Americans see Europe. It's too far away.
Wait. I need to see that map of loudest to quietest. You know what? I feel like that's fairly accurate. Fairly accurate. The quiet people are not necessarily nice. They're passive aggressive. They're just quiet about it.
In Europe. How Americans see Europe. It's too far away. We can't. What pedestrians look like across.
Oh my. Wait, are these the actual pedestrian little guys? You notice how none of them have nice tigobitties?
Across Europe. Mickey surveys the construction of Euro Disney in 1989. Today Europe, tomorrow. Today Europe, tomorrow the world.
Confirmed, Mickey Mouse is Emperor Palpatine.
Business at the top, party at the bottom. You could dump 10,000.
I wonder if she had to get changed into her uniform after going to like a party or something, like, so she didn't plan for that.
Europeans on Antarctica, and in 100 years, people would seek asylum there. Basically Australia. Actually, an excellent point, yeah. Basically Australia. They were digging a metro in Naples and accidentally found 3 Roman ships.
Damn.
Italians will find any excuse to take a break from manual labor.
Well, we found a ship, so break time, coffee time, smoke.
Norwegian colonial empire. It's something. An egregious offense. Canada battles Norway for tallest moose statue.
Excuse me? Which one's Canadian? Which one's Norway? That's the real question. Because, like, that one is shiny. And if that one's Norway, then they got us beat. I'm sorry, but theirs is shiny. Shiny beats not shiny. I was trying to think of matte.
Finally, a worthy opponent. Roman people normally. Roman people when Missy. A moment in time snapshot of planes in the air over Europe. But let's worry about cow farts.
Oh, no. It's cow farts and airplanes that are the problem, but particularly private jets that are the problem. But it's all the problem. We need trains, worldwide trains.
Europeans. I apologize profusely for my non-native English. I do hope my impoverished vocabulary won't hinder or devalue our conversation. Southern Europeans.
I speak English.
Americans and
Just because you don't understand an accent doesn't mean their English is not absolutely garbage.
Europeans complaining about gross foods. Nordics. Oh, what about Polish? They put everything in jelly. This is
The jelly thing is wild to me because, like, I think the Americas did that in the 50s as well, right? With all the jelly stuff. Does anybody actually like the texture of jelly? Please, if you like the texture of jelly, please tell me now. Let me judge you.
why it was a mistake to replace all the old 70s metal plastic playgrounds with safety plastic. Iron. You need iron or else. Europe today.
Those were really hot. I remember when I was a kid and there was this big metal slide. It was in one of the parks somewhere in Switzerland. And it was this big metal slide and it was like down the side of like a little bit of a hill. And I was like, this is so cool. And I touch it and I immediately burn. Immediately. I'm like, why would you do this? When is the slide actually usable?
Prison cells in Denmark are nicer than my first 2 apartments.
That's true though. They do take care of the prisoners.
This is Russian vodka made out of potato. This is Scottish whiskey made out of wheat.
This is American whiskey made out of corn.
And this is palinka made out of the most delicious fruits.
One of them is clearly superior, and it is the fruit wine.
Gabbies. If you drop a wallet to the ground, who's gonna reach it first? Obviously the Romanian.
I need to ask. I need to talk to my Romanian friend. Pause and ask her how bad that stereotype is. Because, like, my God.
Full of Greeks. Greece. Trojan horse. Bosnia haven't coast. Great English, mate. Sorry for my English. It's my 5th language, and it's a very stupid language. The woods in Europe.
It is a stupid language. I actually really hate English. Even though, like, English is my mother tongue, I think it's stupid. Why are words not meaning what words are supposed to mean? And why are letters secret and hidden? Why are letters hidden? Why are words spelt very similar but pronounced very different?
Europe. The woods in North America. Who would win?
That is true. Some of the woods in North America, like, and especially Australia, they should have put Australia in there where it's even darker because, like, Australia woods, I don't think I would ever leave the cab in Australia.
Proof of global warming, it's cold in Europe. How I see Europe as an American. Never been to the moon, never been.
What the fuck is that? Wait, you know what? I think Americans' Roman Empire is not the Roman Empire, it is the moon.
To the moon, never been to the moon. America has also never been to the moon. This is because it's a country with over 9.8 million square kilometers of land and is unable to lift itself from Earth's gravity. Europe. Americans are so uncivilized and violent. Also Europe, whenever someone scores a goal in football. They purposely did that too, I can tell.
They were purposely mocking them.
Americans.
Also, I found out that the word soccer comes from association football, and they missed out on just calling it assball, association football, assball, So from now on, it's no longer soccer, it's ass ball.
Traveling to Europe. Plastic water from California. Such a waste. Heavy metal water shipped on overboats from Europe. Yes! Europe free.
People are so gullible to consumerism. It has a fancy bottle and it's in a can.
Freaking out because of Russia increasing its natural gas prices. France with its 56 nuclear power plants. When you were so...
Actually, nuclear power plant is very green. Very, very green. It's actually really great. And the only problem with it is the fact that if you build it wrong, there's a possibility of something bad happening. And of course, earthquakes as well could. So you don't really want to build it somewhere where there's lots of earthquakes or tsunami. But it's actually really, really green.
Neutral that another country had to mention you in the anthem. Thanks, bro. Poland looks awfully like Fortnite.
It looks nothing like Fortnite.
Nordic Europe, Southern Europe, Western Europe, Eastern Europe. A French postcard with the tallest, shortest, and fattest men of Europe playing a game of cards. Americans watching.
That's kind of cute. It's like a freak show that was so popular. I love how freak shows back in the olden times of the 1920s or something like that was just like, look, there's a man with long hair. Oh my God, a very short person, a really fat person, a really tall person, a person that's double jointed. It's like, people were so amazed. There's like diseases where people can grow bark on their skin. Like that would have been way more interesting to see. But no, it's just a really tall person. That's a freak. Yeah.
Europeans get arrested for social media posts. Laughs and 600 million firearms. What makes you proud to be European? Me. X? Choose your genetics. Asian. Never need deodorant. European. No lactose intolerance.
That's not true. I mean, you can have genetic anomalies from both of them. Lactose, technically everybody's lactose intolerant. We're just I was gonna say asymmetrical, but that's not the word. Asymptomatic. We are asymptomatic. Most people are asymptomatic to lactose intolerance, but technically a healthy adult is lactose intolerant.
Americans hating on Europeans. Europeans hating on Americans. Europeans.
There's like that age-old argument. Who is stupid? Plot twist, all of them.
When they see the word soccer. Europeans normally. Americans, I can't stand them. Europeans when they play GTA 6 for the first time. Now I am become Florida man, the consumer of meth. Americans cooking.
Do you think? Isn't GTA 6 supposed to take place in California, so you can become California man? You can still make meth. I mean, I don't think you can make meth in the game. Imagine they add meths. There is a meth game. There's a meth making game. It's quite fun.
Add a cup of flour. I don't know, it says add a cup of flour. Should I pack it a little or not at all? Europeans cooking. Add 120 grams of flour. They measure it in eagle.
I honestly don't understand why we got rid of the grams. It doesn't even have to be grams. You could do it in whatever ounces or whatever American system they want to do. But like using a cup, it's so inconsistent. Like when you do, it's fine for like, oh, I'm just throwing together a cake. Doesn't matter if it's good or not. But when it comes to like, because baking's a science, right? So when it comes to actually like baking and the actual science of it, I feel like you need to have grams. So not knowing that is really just like, you're just cooking with fire, aren't you?
America has no culture. Do you know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris? No. European breakfast. Russian breakfast. Once a year in Ireland. Reds gather in a conference. Pack your bag.
I love that. So many redheads. So beautiful. It's like a flower garden.
Bags, boys. We're going to Germany. They're doing what at McDonald's?
Where's Social Dash?
Wait. McBreisgau.
McDonald's?
Where's Social?
Wir suchen dich. We're searching for you? Breisgau. Preis. I don't know that word. It must be a word I've never encountered, or maybe it's a new made-up word.
Dash.
In Netherlands, they have a tradition called dropping, where they leave their children in the woods at night, and they have to find their way back home.
What?
I feel like a lot of people were caught trying to ditch their children, and which country has the ugliest people? No way they're saying England. I don't believe this.
I mean, one of the English stereotypes is really bad teeth. They've slowly gotten better getting rid of the stereotype thanks to all the beautiful English actors that have come out of England. But that was a big stereotype, was like the English teeth. And ironically, like my brothers, they both have terrible, terrible teeth that had to get fixed, and we're from English descent. So I'm not saying it's true, but I'm not saying it's not possible and there's bad teeth on the genes.
Fun fact, 1/3 of the population of Switzerland lives within 5 kilometers of the main train line crossing the country.
Yes, because there's lots of trains and the lots of good, and like most people live, like Switzerland's very small. Switzerland's very small. So it would make sense that most people would gather around the big like cities, and because like, why wouldn't you? It's a city. There is things and it's next to the train line. So you'll get a lot of produce, products, and convenience, right? And plus, if you live like in Zurich, for example, you could go to like Genf so easily via the train system. But also all of these major cities also have train systems that take you out into the middle of nowhere. And so it's all connected. And it's, why wouldn't you? Like the fact that North America doesn't have trains is actually car propaganda. They've actually taken out train systems or converted it to be, and not converted it to be fast trains, and kept it behind so that people would buy cars so they could sell more cars. We need more trains. I will die on this hill. Get the fucking trains. And don't be all like, but America's so big. Why would they? Just shut up. Shut up. Trains. Build trains.
People in Slovakia, Austria, and Hungary can sit together and eat at the same table without leaving their countries.
Oh, that's cute. That's so cute. Also, it only works because it's a European Union. Otherwise, there'd be border control. But I think there's a place in America that has multiple states on one point. If I'm mistaken, please correct me.
Pretty cool. How have you won 2 world wars? Italy. The secret ingredient is betrayal. No way black metal bands writing songs about hate and hell
Betrayal really does work in wars. Look at Canada and all our war crimes.
and death. When their houses look like this, living in the most
Oh, so fucking beautiful. I remember there was this area in Switzerland where at least in the village that I grew up in, there was this area where there was like, it's basically, I lived by a lake, right? And there was these houses that were like right on the lake like this. And they would have like little docks by their house for the lake. And they all had boats. They were so rich there. It really sucked being poor in Switzerland.
pretty place ever. Sleep, you black-eyed pig. Fall into a deep pit of full ghosts. How is that a lullaby? Icelandic children from the
It sounds prettier in Icelandic.
19th century. Written and spoken. English looks like this. French looks like this.
Why do they think English writing looks bad? The French one is funny. German, my favorite thing is that all the nouns are capital. It's so nice.
German looks like this.
It doesn't sound that aggressive unless you want it to.
German sounds so aggressive. Italian. Russian. How I sleep at night with my European superiority complex. Spanish people.
It's so funny because I feel like every country thinks that they're superior and they have the superiority complex. Plot twist, we all suck.
After working for 15 consecutive minutes. Where are we? In Eastern Europe. 1 week later. Romania did war crimes? Yeah, they did in World War II. Nice. Bosnians. I want to swim. Croatia? No. Greece and Italy are the only 2 countries where people are poorer than they were 20 years ago.
I'm pretty sure America's the same. And probably by extension Canada. We are definitely poorer than we were 20 years ago.
I care about you. See
I think this is the whole world's trajectory.
you in the summer. Hey everyone, let's talk about how syphilis didn't appear in Europe till after Christopher Columbus came back from America, but didn't exist in people from the Americas either until then. Let's talk about how the
Wait, did Christopher Columbus single-handedly bring syphilis around the world? Such a Christopher thing to do.
only animals syphilis was found in before then were llamas. I'm not kidding.
What?
We need to talk about this. Are you implying what I think you are?
That's concerning.
Europe is a real hellhole. No alcohol in public spaces. Just pay the fine, dude. You're allowed to drink alcohol.
I think it depends on the country, because like that's definitely depends. And I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to drink alcohol in public spaces in North America. At least you're in Canada, you're not allowed to.
Public spaces if you pay a fine. When you promised your girl a tour of Europe, but your wallet says you can't afford plane tickets, foul-smelling people.
I mean, the nice thing about Europe, you can do that. You can just drive across most of Europe, right? Not so much in America.
Plant blossoms in Europe. Only third time in history. The what? I don't want to smell that plant. I can understand why it's got that name. The most popular video games across Europe. The saviors of Europe.
How old is that meme? Do people still... Is Minecraft still so popular? It's as a real gamer.
In Europe, until the 17th century, teenage boys were routinely done the deed by their nannies for a good night's sleep. I'm not saying I wish I was born in the 17th century, but it wouldn't be so bad if this were the case. What car do you have? Red with a horse. It's a Ferrari? I mean, a horse is inside my car at all times.
Oh my god, how did they fit the horse in there?
Girl friendship. Jessica hasn't texted me in a month. Forget her. Boys, we had an alliance in 1386. I expect you to join the Great War. I got you. What Germans come up with in their minds
Look at it, it's so cute though. It's so cute though.
would frighten any normal person. As a Dutch child, I was exposed to extreme amounts of drug smoke, but thanks to being fed large amounts of herring, my brain formed a protective layer which has kept my IQ intact. Someone in
That's such an interesting statement. That's I don't know what to think about that.
the Netherlands has a sense of humor. How to be a crappy neighbor. Lesson 1. Have a French nuclear power plant right on the border to Belgium. Luxembourg in times of peace. No war. Luxembourg when a war starts. Now a war. The Norwegian government hires Sherpas from Nepal to build mountain pathways. They pay them so well that one summer of work in Norway equals more than 10 years of earnings in Nepal. Icelandic
Damn.
hotel installs button that will wake you up if there are northern lights in the sky.
Oh, I love that, because if you know what, if I'm going to be all the way up in the cold Icelandic areas, I need to see the northern lights. Like, I want to see them. So that makes sense. Like, the tourists are coming for the northern lights. If you don't wake me up, like, man, if you don't wake me up.
I was home for Christmas and my parents cooked a beef tenderloin. I said, man, Budapest is going to love this. They asked who Budapest was. I said, I named my stomach Budapest because it's the capital of Hungary. That's when they stopped calling me son. Georgia? That's a state.
You know what? I would be so proud that my kid knew that it was the capital of Hungary.
Not a country. Its capital is Atlanta, bro. Turkey? That's a bird, not a country. Its origin is America, bro. Hungary? No, I just stayed. Kate's Islands, only female. Japan toilets versus the Romanian toilet. If there is ever another war in Europe, it will come out of some damned silly thing in the Balkans. Serbs in 1914, 1992. Life doesn't get easier. You just get Albanian. USA. France, help me. Can't, I'm broke. It's against the British. France. My stupidity and my intelligence are not mutually exclusive. I can finish a 10-page paper in 3 hours. But I also thought Portugal was in Europe for a good portion of my adult life. Wait, was your country...
Wait, is Portugal not in Europe? I'm pretty sure it's in Europe. Where did he confuse Portugal with something else?
Country cursed or blessed by its geographical position in Europe? Next question, please. Friend 1. I just bought my first house. Friend 2. Just booked a flight to Europe for a week. Me. I have $3.
I got $3 to my name.
Forests in Europe. Forests in North America. Ibuprofen in sink water is
Yeah, you shouldn't see that one forest in Japan then.
the midnight version of coffee and cigarette. I'm starting to think some of you guys might not be okay. Please respect European cultural dishes. Someone tried to scam my grandpa by pretending to be me, saying, hey grandpa, it's your grandson. I'm stranded in Europe and I need you to wire me $5,000. And my grandpa was just like, Robert would never be in Europe. Europeans be like, sliced bread? No, we want to...
I mean, I do have to agree with Europeans on this. Real, like, loaves of bread, like the crunchy, crusty bread, is by far better than sandwich bread by a landslide. Like, sandwich bread is very convenient, and they've designed sandwich bread to be very easy and straightforward and universal and affordable. But rustic bread is just so much better. So much better. It's not even a comparison.
Loaf, a proper loaf, of course. Watch movie based in Europe. Everyone is living in crowded apartments like cockroaches. Do single detached houses exist in Europe? Yes. Or is it just sadness all the time? They do.
What's wrong with apartments? I love apartments. They're so nice. But they do have single detached homes. It's just like, who wants that when you can have a cute apartment?
Exist. Literally Europe in all these times throughout history. Swords out, it's time for a crusade. Being bilingual in America, being bilingual in Europe. Napoleon wasn't
You only know 2 languages?
an idiot. Here's how I would have defeated the coalition and conquered Europe. Portuguese history outside of Europe.
That one's good.
Versus in Europe, I've mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still that I become invisible to the eyes. While peanut allergies are a common high-risk allergy in the United States, Central Europe deals with celery issues. Celery is such a danger to individuals that the EU had to enact labeling laws for products containing celery-derived ingredients. Is this to flex on the entire Western world? I've never seen anyone do that. Washes it down with a glass of milk to flex on everyone that's left.
I need to look into that celery thing. I wonder what in celery could be causing allergies.
One of the key drivers of Sicily's economic recovery is in its strong export sector, particularly in salami trees. The island is the second largest salami orchard growing province in Europe, behind Tuscany, accounting for around 10% of Sicily's GDP. 70%
Imagine if somebody fell for
of
that.
France's energy coming from nuclear energy. Germany reverting back to using coal and shutting down nuclear power plants.
No, why would you shut them down?
Wendy's trying to establish itself in Europe for the past 30 years. Wendy's Amsterdam snack store. Napoleon returning from exile. All of Europe. 300-pound ancient Greek rock carved with Daemon, son of Fola, could lift this over his head. You're winning, son. Maybe I should start carving into rocks. Jonathan lifted this with one hand, and I should write it in ancient Greek. They'll never know. Ooh.
They'll just think that you lifted it with one hand, obviously.
Ooh, I could write a prophecy.
Not like they can't tell when it was carved in.
Actually. Dinner in a Hungarian hospital. This is the type of food they give you after having brain surgery.
I mean, it looks like good bread. It's simple. You got carbs, protein, and fats.
The Blue Dragon River in Portugal.
Oh, wait, that's actually really pretty. It does look like a blue dragon.
Is seen from space.
How did they know to name it that before we had space?
The Egyptians went to space. Call me crazy, call me a madman. The pyramid was the hub.
Not like they didn't, chart it out by walking and drawing it on paper, by walking and measuring. Not like they didn't have maps that they made way back before we had the ability to fly into space. No, not at all.
For spatial technology back in the day. A cute study abroad from my history teacher. So his friend goes to Germany to study abroad for 3 months, right? And she studied German in school, but she certainly isn't fluent. And she never put a ton of effort into it, just a normal amount. And when she gets to Germany, her host family doesn't speak English at all.
That's uncommon, but okay, let's listen.
Not a word. 2 adults and 4 children, and none of them are speaking English. It's absolute hell to get by. She's constantly gesturing and enunciating and having to speak perfect German. They weren't very good at understanding her unless it was perfect. And it's 3 tiring months of non-stop German action. And on the last day, they're sitting at the dinner table, and the father turns to her and says, in a wonderfully fluent English, "So, I'd say your German's improved quite a bit since you got here."
Yeah, Germans like to troll because like the whole point of going and studying abroad is to learn the language. Why are they going to give you an inch? Like they're forcing you to learn. And like that's just how it goes. You got to learn. Otherwise you wasted your study abroad.
Powerful prank. It worked though. That's a story you'll never forget if it happens to you. Never thought I would die fighting side by side with France. What about side by side with an ally? Oh yeah, I could do that. Glad my room is to the left. For some reason, the right of this hotel floor doesn't sound peaceful.
They're talking about the years 1900 to 1913 and stuff. Oh, okay. Don't know what happened during that time, but yeah.
Has kitchen for $100,000. Has 50-year-old kitchen. Uses it to unfreeze pizza and burgers. Can cook hundreds of super delicious meals.
I mean, that's because it's more affordable in this wherever this lady lives, and she is old, so she's retired. So and she has skills to cook delicious food. But also $100,000 for a kitchen is ridiculous. Also, if you didn't know, there's a lot of places in Europe where you actually take your kitchen appliances with you when you move, which is a wild idea. Like, you're just like, okay, I'm bringing my fridge and my stove and my dishwasher with me to my next place. That just sounds like such a stressful way to move.
My Italian friend is just learning English. Love you too. Good night. Good night. Rest in peace. Please don't say that to anybody. All right. There is a boulder
I mean, yeah, you should rest in peace.
in Finland that has been balanced on top of a rock surface since before human civilization even existed. Or do you
That's
have a photo
beautiful.
of this before human civilization was, existing? Germany, UK, Belgium, Netherlands, producing the best electronic music in Europe. I think UK has the best music in history, hands down. Growing up
That's an interesting statement.
in Bulgaria, my parents used to tell me that if I don't finish my plate, the gypsy kid would be stronger than me in a fight. I find this inspiring.
What?
A tourist noticed a 1700-year-old Roman sarcophagus that was being used as a table at a beach bar in Varna, Bulgaria. Imagine they opened it and found a body, like a fresh body.
How did it end up there?
That should be kind of an interesting movie plot. Finally, after years of brutal conflict, the Persians have been kicked out of Greece. Now, the fate of the entire Greek world is truly in its own hands. Hold on, did you say Persia is gone? Yup, Europe. Ha ha ha, I sucked your blood. You will now be itchy for a little while. No! Africa, you now have malaria. Okay, the one disease
And I'm pretty sure the malaria mosquitoes can can fly everywhere. You can get malaria in a lot of mosquitoes. Fuck
I
mosquitoes.
was really scared of was Ebola, and on the news they were making it seem like everyone was gonna die. That's so messed up. That really scared me as a kid. Beans wrapped in toasted flour. Yes! Beans on top of toasted flour? Well, actually, I've
Actually, both. I like both. I love beans in all forms. I love beans, and if you don't love beans, it's a skill issue.
never had beans wrapped into... That looks disgusting.
What do you mean it looks disgusting? I hope he's being sarcastic. It looks delicious.
I liked baked beans on toast. Gotta have butter as well, salt, pepper, and cheese. So good. Try it. This European went viral after posting a Screw the American Dream video, working 60-hour weeks so your boss can buy a yacht. To understand the European mindset, you must consider that 20 generations ago, an entire new world opened up for the taking, and everyone still in Europe is descended from 20 generations of people who shrugged and said, nah.
Not for me. I love how that's how it ended. Just like cut. It didn't even finish the video. But thank you everybody for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.